Prichard Colón just died at 33, and the internet is already spinning every version of the story it can find. Born September 19, 1992, in Florida with Puerto Rican roots, the kid turned pro in 2013 and ran through the division like it owed him money. 16 wins, 13 knockouts, and 0 losses. Gold medals at the 2010 Pan American Youth Championships. People in Puerto Rico were calling him the next big thing. Nickname, Dig It. Then one night in Fairfax, Virginia, everything flipped. That night was October 17, 2015. Prichard Colón versus Terrel Williams. Colón walked in undefeated. Williams walked in with a point deduction coming from rabbit punches, the illegal shots to the back of the head that refs were supposed to shut down fast. Colón kept telling the referee the punches were landing wrong. He told the ringside doctor he felt dizzy. The fight still went 9 rounds. His corner pulled the gloves off, thinking the night was over and the referee disqualified him. Minutes later, Colón collapsed in the locker room, vomiting, eyes gone, and hospital scans showing a massive subdural hematoma. Emergency brain surgery, 221 days in coma. When he came out of it, he was never the same. Persistent vegetative state, could not speak, needed full-time care from his parents, years of physical therapy, videos of him responding to commands, attempts to communicate through a computer. The WBC named him an honorary world champion and handed him the green and gold belt he never got to win the normal way. The family sued the ringside doctor and promoters for more than $50 million. The case is still sitting there, unsettled years later. Prichard Colón announced the end on August 13, 2026. His son was gone at 33. He said he tried everything to get Richard back to Puerto Rico one last time for that vacation the kid wanted, and it never happened. Now, the comments are doing what comments normally do. Some people are straight up asking why the referee never stopped the fight when Colón was complaining about the rabbit punches and the dizziness. Other points to the doctor who cleared him to continue. A Virginia investigation years ago basically said nobody did anything enough to hang the whole thing on one person, which is the kind of official language that leaves everybody mad. Terrel Williams has talked about that night more than once. He said he prays for Prichard every day, that he never meant to hurt him like that the whole thing changed his life too. He took time off after the fight, came back later, and now mostly stays out of the spotlight. Some fans still light him up online every time the story resurfaces. Others say he was just fighting and the officials failed. Williams never gave a formal public apology to the family that satisfied everyone. That part still floats around as unfinished business. Then the rumor mill kicked in hard after the death announcements. Some social media posts claim the family ended things through euthanasia because the care had gone on too long. Zero evidence, no official cause of death beyond the long-term effects of the brain injury has been released. The family has not confirmed any of that talk. Still, the speculation spread because that is what happens when a story this heavy sits for 11 years and then ends suddenly. Boxing people who knew him talked about his personality. One fighter who trained with him as a kid remembered how funny and charismatic Dig It was, always making the room laugh. Journalists who covered him called him one of the warmest people in the sport. The organizations put out the usual warrior tributes. The question that keeps coming back in the replies is the same one from 2015. How does a fight with repeated illegal shots to the back of the head and a fighter saying he's dizzy keep going until the damage is permanent? 11 years of videos, rehab clips, family updates, and then silence. Prichard Colón's record stays at 16-1. The knockout streak stays impressive. The rabbit punches got extra attention after that night. The honorary belt sits somewhere in the family house. The lawsuit still has not been resolved, and the comments still arguing over blame, over what Williams should have said, over whether the sport learned anything real. That is the full timeline. The prospect who never got to grow into the champion. People expected. The fight that refused to end when it should have. The decade of care that followed. The final announcement from the father who tried to get his son home one more time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.